show you some little Christmas decorations and to just soothe you with calming whispers. I've got a beautiful gift I received from a family member. It's a big Papa Noel, Santa. So I'll make little sounds. But first, I'll start with some very nice triggers that you actually requested multiple times, and I recently did in a Spanish video. This one, poor thing, poor thing, poor thing, in Spanish is ay, pobrecito, pobrecito. It's a sort of weird trigger I came up with because when you were a child and perhaps your parents or any family member gently patted your head saying like, oh, poor thing, poor, poor, poor thing. Okay, that gives me intense ASMR tingles. Don't ask me why, but it does. And I thought maybe it would trigger some of you in a gentle ASMR way, so I'll start with that. It's nice to be not cuddled, it's not the right word, I guess. It's, I don't know, just when someone gives you that type of comforting attention, like, oh, poor thing. Let me start with that, okay? Oh, poor thing. Oh, poor, 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 poor. Oh, poor thing. Oh, poor, 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 poor. Poor thing. Oh, poor thing. Poor, poor, poor. It's okay. In a comforting, motherly way, if you will. Oh, poor, poor, poor. Poor thing. Poor thing. Poor thing. Oh, everything will be okay. Poor thing. Poor thing. Everything will be okay. Relax now. Poor, 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 poor. Poor thing, poor thing, poor thing. Poor thing, poor thing, poor thing. Ayayay. Ayayay. That's another weird one. They do it to children usually, like when something hurts and you're like, ayayay. And I did it to a little nephew, a little baby in the family, and he actually liked it so much. He was like so giggly, and I thought it's good for kids, but it's also good for adults. So I hope it's not too weird. Poor thing. Poor thing, poor thing, poor thing. it's just me, I don't know. Alright. So I've always loved this type of decorations with snow. Look at that. Such a cute little snowman. And what I like to do is I imagine that all my worries get inside this little ball. And then the snow sort of freezes and melts the worries away. I don't know which of the two, but you can choose maybe. And so I would like to do this little game, to play this little game with you. I know that sometimes we are, I don't know, overwhelmed by all the things we have to do, and it's hard to empty our mind to sort of control the thoughts, especially before going to bed. I am assuming you're going to be watching this video maybe before bedtime, so it's a good moment to take your worries and put them here, and take your worries again, putting them here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I can see that worry there, and imagine the worries getting erased by this mini snowstorm. And again. And again. When I watch this type of videos, I actually feel as though my worries got sucked out of me. It's really weird. So, weird but good. 1, 2, let your worries go. Let them get trapped inside this lovely decoration. And they go away. Voila. And again, like so. And one last time, that worry, and that worry, and this worry right here. Voila. And this worry, and this worry, and this worry, and this worry. And we take them away. If my lady camera decides to focus. Voila. Take them away. Take them away. Take them away. It's just so soothing, I think. I could spend hours watching snowfall on these decorations. And another one is this beautiful Santa I got as a gift. Oh, it's so cute. It has a little hat with a bell and this lovely tree with Yule decorations. has always been about regeneration and rebirth. And what I like to do during the Christmas break and right before New Year is thinking about all the things I accomplished or the things that I haven't accomplished yet, and try to see how I can improve, what steps I can take to become my best version. And I think that's very important, because sometimes we judge ourselves so harshly, unnecessarily so, and we don't allow positive change to take place. So I always ask myself, and I write it all down because I like writing, but I always think, oh, what have I done well? What could I improve? What steps am I going to take so that I can move towards that direction that I really want to pursue? And you don't need to have all the answers. You can just start asking yourself those questions, and you will see that feelings of anxiety and worry will just subside, because you're reflecting on what matters to you, and you're trying to become a better person. And I think that's a very important thing to do. Last year I went through a very self-judgmental moment, and it was so hard to talk to myself in a gentle way. I think I mentioned that in a video, and then I realized that it's so important to find a good tone to talk to yourself, to be kind, to promote positive change, and focus on what feels right and is right for you. And whenever I talk about positive thinking, one might assume that positive thinking is all about getting rid of what's negative or difficult, and that is not true, because life is full of difficult moments, of challenging situations. But what I mean is that if you know what you want and you want to work for it, no matter how many obstacles you'll find in your path, you'll find a way around them. So you will find a way to get out of the situation, you know what I mean? And I wanted to share this thought in case it could help some of you. I always hope that my reflections have some sort of worth, and that someone can benefit from them. So what else? Oh yeah. This is another decoration I really like. Little bells. Very nice sound, in my opinion. So, are you enjoying this season? Tell me. I am really emotional you're busy, it's when you get the most wonderful ideas, or when you get inspired, and then you don't have time, and then you wait, and then you finally get to do it, and that's such a special type of happiness. So that's how I feel right now. What else can I show you? Something Christmassy. I've got a few magazines from Italy, so it's Italian cuisine. And this one is all about Christmas recipes. Panettone, I don't know if you have it in English-speaking countries. I assume so. It's like a sort of sweet cake. It can have some fruits inside, or just plain, or sometimes chocolate chip. So I'm gonna show you. Page flipping also. It's very tingly. Oh, look at that. It's a cake. Not a cake, like the leaf dough that you find at the supermarket. Well, you can make a Nutella-filled cake with that. I love cooking. I think there is no other or best way to show how much you care about somebody than cooking for them. And it is ever so difficult to share a meal with someone you don't like. So I think food is love. Cooking requires a lot of patience. That's why I like doing it. You can't rush it, otherwise it doesn't taste as good. Oh, look at this beautiful cookies, Christmas cookies. And this is made with bread, I think. It's a bread tree. A caprese cake. This is like a chocolate cake called caprese. So to make it, you need chocolate, dark chocolate, almonds, butter, sugar, 5 eggs, potato starch, cacao powder, unsweetened, and some baking powder. And that's about it. Some icing sugar. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's talk about cauliflower. I love cauliflower in all the different types. There's the white variety, there's the green one, even the purple cauliflower. I would say I eat it now on a weekly basis, and lately I've been getting my vegetables at a local market, because it's nice to help local farmers, and it's way fresher. And for the first time in my life, I'm a city girl, and I'm not used to very fresh organic vegetables, and I opened the cauliflower and there was a tiny caterpillar in it, a tiny green one, and I was like surprised. But at the same time I thought, wow, I mean in my entire life I've never found a caterpillar in my cabbage or cauliflower, and I thought it must be really fresh and without chemicals or pesticides or whatnot, so it's really good. Yet I was a bit ravioli. If you have never tried ravioli, it's a type of handmade pasta filled with all sorts of things, sometimes meat, sometimes spinach and cheese, ricotta cheese. And this is the panettone. It's a big cake. It can be salty or sweet. In this case it's salty. It's interesting. I've never tried it. And you can fill it up with all sorts of things. And it's very, how do you say, scenografico, very iconic. Okay. An overview of the seasonal fruits and vegetables. I love all of them. I love grapes, I love framboise. How do you say that in English? It's not blueberry, is framboise maybe, I don't know. And then strawberries and mushrooms. I can never have enough of mushrooms and carrots and peppers, bell peppers and broccoli and mandarins and apples, and it's all so delicious. I really can't have enough. So yeah, lots of interesting recipes here. Very interested in what you usually eat for Christmas. Is there anything you particularly fancy, or something that you always cook? And I know that this period of the year can trigger emotions, even negative emotions in people who maybe feel alone or have had better experiences in their childhood with Christmas. But as I said at the beginning, just take this period of the year to settle things, to organize things, to plan what you're going to improve next year and what you can do to feel better and become your greatest version, because we can always improve, we can always take steps forward and just something nice for ourselves and for others. And you know, sometimes when we change our ways in order to achieve freedom, satisfaction and our goals, sometimes those around us react negatively to change. It's normal, but I believe that if you know what you want and you're doing everything with a kind heart and you're trying to be your greatest version, eventually those around you will benefit from whatever you're doing. And you know, I feel that so many of you are such dear friends and caring, comforting people. So we'll say something a bit personal now. You know, this year I reached a sort of realization, and I want to share it with you because maybe someone who went through something similar can benefit from this, or is going through something similar. But before, I used to think that in order to be happy, in order to feel whole, I had to make everyone around me happy. I had to sort of live my life according to other people's rules and needs. And at some point I realized that I was hardly following my own choices and my own will. I was sort of being a puppet of the people I care prison, in a, in a cage. You can't do that because creativity is free and we are free and we must be free. So it's important to take steps to free yourself, to be free to be yourself, if that makes sense. And it's an important message, I feel, now that the year is turning to an end. It's a good way to start, to think I can please those around me, but I can also please myself. Those around me are important, but I'm also important, because many times people just give themselves entirely to others without taking care of themselves, and eventually that hurts others more. And I've got a few examples in my life of people who have done just that, and eventually they were so unhappy. And so it's important to learn from those experiences in order not to make the same mistakes. And at the same time, it's important not to be too self-centered, because what's the meaning of a life just lived for yourself and your needs, and without taking into account others, loved ones? In the end, what matters is those you love, what you give and what you receive, and the happiness you get in giving. And it's important also to focus on what you can give yourself. And what I really refer to with all this discussion is that you must have a dream. We all do. And oftentimes the dreams we have are dismissed as impossible, as foolish, as too out of the ordinary. I'm thinking about Virginia Woolf, for example, and the fact that I've been focusing on her a lot recently in my studies, and she was the daughter of a very influential man in the academic world, Sir Leslie Stephen. And what happened to Virginia Woolf is that she had this gift for writing, and this overactive mind, a blessing and a curse, and eventually it ended up being her curse, mostly. But then she left such a blessing legacy that, was it a curse, was it a blessing? It was just her, and she knew that her father would have never accepted her dream of becoming a writer, and just her life as a writer, as a female writer at that time, and she followed her path, for the best, for the worse. But she always thought, and she wrote it in her diaries, that her father would have never accepted that. And why was I talking about this? Oh yes, because oftentimes we find ourselves in that kind of situation in which what we desire is out of league. I also know the story of a woman in her 30s or 40s, I think, whose dream was to becoming an engineer. And according to everyone, it was too late for her. But then she got into university, she graduated, and eventually she just started a career as an engineer. Nothing is impossible, nothing is out of league if you know what you want. So who am I to say this? Just a random person. Take it as the words of a sister or of a friend. Just experiences we want to share with each other, and this is my perspective, but of course maybe you think something else based on your experience. Sometimes it's okay to let go of dreams if they are too unrealistic, but I really think following your heart's desire is a winning strategy, and I push you to, with these words, I am pushing you to pursue your real dream, with yourself and not be as judgmental if you were a bit judgmental. Because you're a wonderful person. Wonderful. And I am thanking you from the bottom of my heart for watching this video. These are the last videos of the year. I have felt very inspired. This year I also detached myself from a lot of things I didn't like, such as the economic side of video making, the deals with brands and stuff. I just decided to not do that anymore unless there's something really fitting with ASMR, and that brought so much happiness. I also don't upload with a steady schedule. I just like to go with the flow, if that makes sense, and it's making me so much happier, and it's been great in general. So I hope you are benefiting more of these videos. I really feel the overall energy in them is different, is nicer, and I really want to thank you for your lovely words, and please let me know if you want to see more videos like this, just talking, just making triggers and talking about nothing and everything, and it would mean so much to me. I don't know how many people enjoy the videos in English. I assume most of us have at least a basic knowledge of English, so I also think that ASMR is not tied to a specific language or country. It's just universal language, and you can still get tingles even if you don't understand everything someone is saying. I also want to thank you for watching my other videos in other languages, even though sometimes, people don't speak French or Italian or Spanish, but for me, the best thing is to express myself in all the languages I know, and it's sort of my obsession, my passion.